Hey, it's so nice to see you here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is ASMR Katz, and you clicked in my new series ASMR Alphabet, and now we at the D. So if you're curious what will be this all about, feel free to follow, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. And as you see, I have headphones in, and you should do that too, that you can hear this crystal clear sound of mine. D. D is today the topic, and the full word is desire. Don't be confused. Here is running my cat around, and it could be that my cat will jump on my lap. But it also could be that he just is in the background running around. Maybe you will hear him meow. I have already a few videos together with my cats. You should check them out by following, subscribing, and see what I have to offer. Now he comes. Come. Puppy. Yeah, that's my cat, Popel. He is the cat, the 1 in a million cat. Super cuddly, always with me, and actually more like a little dog instead of a cat. Ja. Ja, komm zu Mami. Ja. Ja. So as you see, he will be our guest. Yeah. And he is absolutely what I desire, my little Popel. Popel is the German name of Booger. And sadly, one cat of mine got very early driven over by a car. And I was really sad. But then Popel came in our life, and I'm very happy to have him. He likes to get cuddled, and he's a real couch potato. Right, Popel? And the worst of all, he was 1 month actually gone. And I was not knowing where he was. I put everywhere a flyer. I also have a chip, so usually when he gets found, I get a call. But there was 1 month, absolutely silence. And after 1 month, he came back like nothing was ever happened. And the crazy thing is that he was well fed, and he was just smelling like old house. So I think he was with another person. And in the beginning, I was kind of angry, but then I was very happy that this person 1 month fed him properly and that he came back. Because with Popel, I made a 1 in a million cat. But this is when the cats can live free. Then they can come and go as they please. And because Popel can speak human, he can tell me from his adventure. Right? Yeah. So, back to the topic desire. is there something what you actually desire? I always ask myself, is it forbidden to desire something, or is it something good? Because actually everyone thinks about it a little bit different. I know that there are some out there who really don't like the word desire and who say it's something bad, something what you shouldn't, because when you desire something too much, it is poisoning you. And then you also can think about desire in different terms. You can say that you desire someone, or you can say that you have a desire for something, and this is already something completely different. But I would say even when we would cut it out of our vocabulary, it's still in us. And I think that is absolutely important for us to also see the truth and work with it, to understand why we desire to have a healthy relationship with the desire, and to see it as something what let you move forward. I, for example, am a very desireful person. I have a lot of desires I really need to live out and to as well feel in me. I would say when I wouldn't desire something, then I also would lose a purpose, or I also would not have a goal. So I think when you have a goal, you have this goal because you desire something. And the only reason to achieve this goal is for the desire to achieve it or to have it in the end. So, when I think about desire, I can say that I have overcome already a few desires, but that I'm still desire a lot. So what I have overcome is desire. Let me think about the first time I really desired something so bad. The first time I remember that I had desired something was when I wanted to have the bicycle from my sister. I am the youngest in my family and have 2 older sisters. The good thing is that growing up with sisters gives you a lot of advantages for the future in the life. The bad thing is that I always was the last one who got something, and most of the time I got the old stuff from my older sisters. In this case, it was the bicycle. Since I can remember, I always needed to drive to school with my bike. Doesn't matter the wind and the weather, my health or whatever. I always needed to drive to school. And in the beginning I had a very short way to school. But then at some point my sister got this new bike and I had this old bike. And I desired to get hers. And then, when the time had come, because my sister was too big and the bicycle was too small, someone stole me the bike. And I was so sad because I waited so long to get it and it was just disappeared overnight. And then I was one time in the city and there I was seeing my bicycle. I waited outside for the person and then I saw the person and was like, hey, that's my bike. And I was a very small kid and the person who had that bike was very tall and already older. But I desired my bike so much and just wanted to have it back. Then the person said, okay, wait here. So I waited and I was really afraid. And then this person came back with 3 other friends and they gave me my key. And then I got my bike back and I came back home, was so proud and told it to my mother and she was so angry because it was what would have been when it would go wrong? What would have been when I would get there in trouble? But it haven't happened and I overcome my fear because I desired this bike so much and I got my bike back. And with this experience, I actually knew that everything I desire, I have to work for that I get it. And this is the thing with material value. But when I had desire for another person, I knew it not worked the same. Sometimes I could there work hard as I want. And still the person I desired had no interest in me. So, you see, it's a difference between the desires. And you always have to think about what exactly do you desire, and then you have to make the differences there for sure. And sometimes I desire even things I don't even know what I desire for there exactly. So sometimes I have this crazy wanderlust that I desire to be somewhere else, or that I desire to travel around. And it doesn't even matter where I want to go. There is no exact desire in my mind. It's just the desire for the feeling of the Vanderlust. And believe me, when I'm then on the road, I miss my cats and I miss my home. And then I just have the desire to be back. Not after 1 week, but after a long time. Because look how nice it is when Popo is chilling on my lap and enjoying my cuddles. Sometimes some desires can be fatal choices. Sometimes we can't handle our desire in a good way. To desire something or someone is one thing, but to hurt someone else with that desire is a very, very thin line, and it's not okay. So think about it. A lot of lies come about because someone desires something and cannot be honest about it, or is afraid to be honest about it, what is absolutely inappropriate, because I think when we would not have this word desire with such a negative view, then we could be more honest without being ashamed, and then we could live out our deepest desires. And I would actually really love when people would be just a little bit more honest with their desires. Most of the time they have so much fear to speak out the desire that they don't do it until a point where it gets very unhealthy. And I think because of this desire for different things, also addictions happen. So when we think about the desire of money, that someone wants to be rich and have the desire to own a lot of money, because it's the biggest drug in our world. The person tries to find out how to get money fast, and then it can become a person with a gambling problem, because there you could have the chance to win money, but the desire becomes to a problem, and the person only needs to play until no money is there anymore. And it's the same for the desire of different kind of addictions, like forgetting about stuff. So you drink alcohol, take drugs, and then it's a downward spiral. So how is it possible to desire in a good way without hurting anyone else, or the most yourself? And I would say this is, when you be honest to yourself, one of the biggest problems. And it's very hard to find a solution to it. And I think it's even impossible to find a 100% right solution. You only can always get it in your mind again, see it as it is, don't judge about it, but still know about what is going on and why the desire is there. But also, when you take desire and go with this to different things, then it is not that negative anymore. For example, you desire that you forget one time your average day. Usually it is very easy with alcohol and drugs, but have you thought about the desire to go out in the forest and have a nice day in the forest where you make your campfire, or where you search for funny snails, where you go for a run? There are so many different ways you can make the desire to a very effective desire too, that you don't need to be afraid that it go in something negative, what affects your life in a negative way. You actually can desire, and it's nice to desire, because otherwise you wouldn't have any goal in mind and would maybe get depressed or would get a bit more lost. But to desire in a very, very good way and see the benefit of it is also very important. I always have a big desire for nice clothes. That's really my problem. I really like clothes. Not just the out of plastic, but the wood one out of cotton or viscoses or very good material. I work as a model and I always need that kind of stuff for sure for shootings. But what I learned is that when I have this desire, I always need to take care that I also put more value behind it. So what I do is I only buy second hand most of the time, or what I also do is to sell it again. Because I love the second hand culture, and it's nice when clothes I don't like have a new home where they are worn from people they really like them and value them more than I would do, or I did. So what I wanted to say is that it's good when you have a desire to have this in mind, and then take a little bit of thought to have a balance, that it kind of is in the right order, that the desire is way more effective instead of that it lose so much value and turn in something negative. Can you hear my cat? I try to make the microphone a bit closer. Oh no. Now he looks. Okay, I can make the microphone closer. Then he's afraid. What's this? I just wanted to make a little ASMR with you. If you want to see how I make ASMR with my cat, then feel free to scroll in my videos. I have one with his sister. She is tricolor, black, white and orange. And she came one time into my ASMR recording, and she was purring and laying on the table in front of me and was just enjoying the moment. It was amazing. Usually the plan was to eat the candy in front of the microphones, but then it came completely different. And she was pouring in front of me, and I was able to take the microphones very close to her. And that's very soothing. I think I made it like 1 hour. And she loved it. The same as Popel now. But Popel have not that crazy pure sound. So yeah, these are my thoughts for the ASMR alphabet D for desire. Maybe it is not exactly what you think about desire, but feel free to write in the comments, what do you think about the topic desire? Let me know what you desire or how you make your desire to the best desire possible. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, and stay curious, because after D comes E, and for this topic I would totally love to have you around again. When you like this, feel also free to send it to all your friends. Let them know that I'm here with my ASMR Katz YouTube channel. And now have a pleasant time, as you desire. Thank you so much for listening, also from my amazing cat. It was very cozy and nice, so I hope I see you again.